everyone. I'm back in a familiar seat. I don't know what it is, but when I'm driving, my brain processes things. I love road trips, and today's going to be a long one. I'm headed into the U.S. for a dance competition. Can't check into my hotel until Thursday. Today's Tuesday. But according to the GPS, if I wanted to give her and not take any breaks, I could be there by 9 o'clock tonight, so about 12 hours from now. It's not how I drive. So we'll be stopping, things like that. Anyway, I'm kind of excited to see where I go, because I didn't plan this route at all. Originally, I thought I would be leaving from Moose Jaw through Scobie, Montana. Is it Montana? Montana's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. One of the most beautiful states to drive through. Montana, Utah. Wow. Anyway, change of plans. I'm leaving from Regina, so I'm headed south from Regina to get to the border and across. I'm just gonna relax and take the day as it comes. I'm in no hurry. Like I said, I do have check-in on Thursday in Denver, Colorado. Practice competitions Friday morning. I have nothing for competition clothing. I do have my black pants that I've been wearing as a leader. I think I grabbed a nice top. But yeah, I just kind of realized I've got nothing, and I'm gonna try and sort it out and figure it out. I grabbed a couple of really basic skirts, so I've got something in case I don't find anything on the way. Plus, I've been talking to a costume designer who's designed a pretty amazing costume. I just haven't pulled the trigger on buying it. Truthfully, I've got so much else going on right now, finances wise. Anyway, I'm not gonna let myself get stressed out about it. Yeah, right now I've got the road trip ahead of me, and we'll see where that takes me. Planning on doing some sightseeing on the way, just enjoy it. When I get home, so the competition, I compete on Sunday as well. And then I compete on Sunday, and I leave Monday to come home. And on the 3rd of July, I have an appointment in Saskatoon to see the animal behaviorists at the vet college. I'm taking both of my dogs, Joey and Chandler. Joey has been rehomed, but he was the whole reason I set this appointment up, so I still want to take him. So I'm picking him up and bringing him. And I was able to get them to fit Chandler in with me as well, so that's good. Yeah, so that's all coming up, and honestly, I am excited about it. I just have so much going on in my head, and right now my seasonal allergies are just, the allergy pills I'm taking aren't touching it. And I know normally I just kind of clear a frog and I'm fine, but lately, I swear, it's like there's too much moisture and mucus, moisture, eyes, throat, all of it. It's not comfortable. And I'm breathing, so I'm aspirating this stuff into my lungs, which is making me choke and cough. I'm becoming a very frustrated, angry person right now. because of these allergies. So yeah, I'm going to step up my allergy pill game once we get across the border, or maybe I'll take another Benadryl today. I took one yesterday and it helped, but yesterday I could have scratched my skin right off. I'm not really sure what's triggering my allergies. It could be Chandler's coat. Maybe I'm more allergic to my puppy than I realize. I always have seasonal allergies, so that's not a surprise to me. Anyway, I hate solving things with pills. I really do. But you know what? If taking an allergy pill once a day will keep me from choking and wanting to peel my own skin off at the end of the day, I'll do it. So yeah, I'm back on a road trip, and at some point on this road trip, I'm going to process the Sundance. There was a lot with this year's Sundance. There was a lot. There really was. I physically exhausted my body again, which I'm physically exhausting my body.
Turn right on Highway 6.
I'm physically exhausting my body because of the emotional burden I'm carrying. And even one of my supervisors that I checked in with today was reminding me, when you're good at what you do and you love what you do, you overextend. And yeah, but I've known for a while I've overextended. That's why I've hired help. It just isn't working yet because I can't.
Turn right on Highway 6.
I can't just assign clients to my helpers because they're not approved by the right insurance agencies, and it's just I'm frustrated and still working really hard. I have a couple of solutions. Well, there's a few that are in the fire, but it's taking so long. My one counselor who has a master's in counseling and does art therapy is trying to register with an association in Ontario. If she can get registered through them, then she will be covered and it'll be good. I can get her more clients. My other individual knows he's going back to school, and he's been debating on it, and I have told him, listen, if you go for social work, I think as soon as he's registered in the school as a social work student and starting his classes, he can go to register as a social worker as a student, but he can register as a social worker. He is practicing, he does have insurance, and he is closely supervised. As soon as he gets registered, that opens all the doors for him to to basically be okay with the insurance. So again, I can offload a lot of my clients to him and get both of them working more regular hours and support them in growing themselves. So those are both being mulled over right now, if truth be told. The third solution is Chandler. Sorry, my service dog Chandler likes to lay in my lap. So we're working on things. Anyway, the other solution is to hire a social worker. Means advertising again, interviewing again, bringing someone in who could. It's hard finding the right fit. Anyway, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I know a social worker who's looking to make a change. Maybe I should just convince her to make that change and get started. But we'll see how it goes. Ideally, what I want to do is have a 50% caseload and the other 50% of my workload be supervision, be growing my business, be working on the business rather than in the business. So that I can really support my team to do the best that they can do. That's what I really want. So it's time to keep working towards that. In the meantime, the team I do have are eager and really want to do this work. And while I've been traveling and doing things and going for training, they've been covering some clients for me. The caregivers know they're supervised by me. It just gives the client a chance to engage with someone else in a different modality of counseling and see if they like it or not. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of where everything sits right now. I'm always so tired. There's so much going through my brain all the time. I can't seem to slow it down. I do know I have come close, or I may be coming close to burnout. Very aware of that, so I'm watching that. I don't want that to happen. Like Sydney said yesterday, my self-care is like self-care on steroids. It's crazy what I do, but I love it and it fills my heart and it helps me rejuvenate and replenish, and I'm gonna keep doing it this year. But there's so much going on. One of the things I learned from the Sundance was I need to work with energy healers. And I did actually, I found one on Facebook. I know. Not the best place, but in all fairness, I found this one, her name just instantly resonated with me. And then she's friends with someone I trust. So I messaged this person I trust and I said, do you know this person? Are they legitimate? What do you think of them? Or do you just know them from doing trade shows and in passing? And she said, I know her. She's legit. Can we talk later? Because I'm working. Oh, yeah, no problem. So that night we had a nice long telephone conversation discussing this. Anyway, I booked in to see her. And I told her I need some energy healing. I was kind of vague on why I was coming to see her, but I was coming. And when I walked in, she was instantly overwhelmed by certain things. And I just remained quiet and observed. My dad, his spirit came in like a bulldozer. And she felt it and she knew it. And she knew there was something with my mother as well. And she couldn't figure it out. I didn't mention to her anything about my parents. Deceased, nothing. But yes, my dad overwhelmed her. And she said, listen, this is a lot. I think I need to deal with this. Is that okay? And I said, sure. And again, Dad was trying to connect with me, and I've known that since Sundance last year, and I've told him I'm not ready, just wait. And he's been waiting in the wings, but this was an avenue to, hey, the door's being open, let's connect. Anyway, I let her drive because when she said, your dad is desperately trying to reach you, I said, I know, and I not sure. So she says, okay, let me discuss with him. And apparently he needed my forgiveness. His reasons for connecting with me were very selfish. And I don't have the energy right now. I cannot let another being sap my energy right now. I'm in preservation mode and trying to rebuild. That being said, I did give Deborah permission to explore what's going on so I could understand better. And apparently there was something not okay with my dad. And that's fine. I've known for a long time he's not okay. There could be a mental health thing happening for him. Yeah, even in the afterlife, there's something like that. Anyway, he was trying to get through, and in the end, she called the spirits that surround my dad to please come and help him and guide him on his way, because I wasn't open to this communication. I just wanted it to stop. Anyway, in the end, he did return and basically state he did love me. His love is too expensive for me. I can't afford it. But regardless, I hear the message. Now let me process, because I'm not willing to invest in it, and I'm not willing to let you sap my energy right now. Just go and give me a chance. And anyway, as we were doing this, she said, there's something with your mom. Is she passed? Is she not? And I explained to her that my understanding is my mother's health is failing quite significantly right now. And she's not in a good way. And the hatred towards me is overwhelming. So I've accepted I will not see her again in this lifetime, and I'm okay with it. Anyway, she says, okay, that's what's happening. And she says, normally I'm not allowed to tell you, but you know your mother's passing is imminent. So I'm not imagining things. She is not well. Even my daughter mentioned it. But there's one thing, you can be not well mental health-wise. That doesn't mean your passing is imminent. But regardless, she said that's why it was so confusing. She also saw how Mom and Dad will encounter each other again in the future. Their contract isn't fulfilled, is what she was saying. But she said, yours is. You're done. She says, I can clearly see the contracts are done and being put away. And that's it. You on your journey, you will not have to encounter this again. And it was a sense of relief. Because I know I've been trying to grow and change and get stronger and do better. But does it mean I'm doing right? And you wonder. And this is telling me that, yes, I mean, I've always believed people come into your life for a reason, and quite often it's to teach you something. Especially when it's difficult having them in your life. Mom and Dad were difficult to have in my life. Yeah. I learned a lot. Chandler, man, you need to settle down. I learned a lot. I've grown a lot. And I realized I don't owe them anything. At all. I have tried to be the best daughter I could be. And my best was never good enough for either of them. Doesn't mean I wasn't good enough. It just means it wasn't good enough for them. In the last year, I've come to the realization that I was born incredibly strong and able to speak for myself. And that was stripped from me because, well, okay, stripped. Yeah, it was stripped from me. It was beaten out of me. Chandler, go to your seat right now. You're causing too much trouble. Thank you. It was beaten out of me. It wasn't acceptable. It wasn't acceptable to have my own thoughts and my questions and to not necessarily challenge authority in a negative way, but not blindly follow. It was expected I would blindly follow and be a doll for people to dress up. And I allowed that to happen for so much of my life that I stopped trusting in myself and my knowledge and my ability to figure things out. My mother hates what I do for a living. To her, I'm a fraud, and I'm blaming mothers for people suffering. It's all mom's fault. Blah, blah, blah. No. But people of my generation didn't deal with things like that. We just sucked it up and moved on. You know what? My own therapist set a boundary with me and said, I will never do a joint session with your mother again. No. She's not welcome to come back into my space. A therapist. So it's not me. It's not that I was doing anything wrong. I was just never good enough for her. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't have to be good enough for you. If you can't accept me for who I am and my own special gifts, I don't need you in my life. And I don't care what title society has put on you. Mom, Dad. So? My mother was an incredible narcissist and only felt better about herself if she completely destroyed me and my belief in myself and made me feel like an incapable piece of dog shit. No, I'm done with people like that in my life. I surround myself with strong people who think for themselves and can have intelligent conversations outside of their comfort zone. They can hold the space for me to work through what I'm working through and even provide whatever insight they have to support me. Even if it's, you know what, you've got this. I have no idea what you're going through, but I know you can do this because you're strong. So yeah, that's been a huge change in my life over the past 2 years. And I'm okay with it. And knowing my contract has been fulfilled, whatever I needed to learn from those people, I've learned. And I've learned how to navigate it when I'm in it. And I've learned I do not need to destroy myself by navigating it. That honestly, removing them from my life and setting up firm boundaries and saying no is a huge way to take care of me. What's up, Chandler, man? I hear you. Lay down. Lay down. You need to settle down, okay? We're going to be on the road for a while today. Anyway, I seem fairly flat and blank in regards to my affect. It's exhaustion, it's being overwhelmed, there's so much going on, I'm struggling. But I do need to say I feel really good about those understandings. And moving on from them, I'm coming out the other side stronger. Anyway, while I was seeing her, Lee, of course, popped in for a visit. He's always around, it's no surprise. What surprised me is he wanted a cigarette. Okay. So yeah, we gave him a cigarette, and then she also said there's someone else trying to come through the door. And the details she shared, she believes I will have another partner in life. And the details she gave me about this partner amazed me and kind of has me reeling. Okay, she didn't give me a name and a cell phone number, but wow, yeah. Who he is, what his beliefs are, not who his family is, but family members he's tied to, his strengths. Apparently it's a medicine man whose brother is a chief. And the way she described it, we're going to be equals. He is going to admire and respect my skills as much as I will admire and respect his. She said she had a vision of a home with lots of food cooking, and it smelled amazing. Lots of food cooking and lots of children running around. I've come to terms, and I am coming to terms with the fact that neither of my children are probably ever going to have children. And I would never be a grandmother, and that hurts. But it's also not my decision to make. And I respect my children's rights to make that decision. And it still kind of feels like a punishment. I didn't heal before I had kids. I perpetuated intergenerational trauma like you wouldn't believe. I'm heartbroken for what I did. And I'm trying to learn to forgive myself. But part of me has always wondered if not having grandkids is part of the price I pay for what I did. Anyway, this energy healer and psychic, she gave me a lot of information to think about. She also told me some of those visions I was having at the Sundance weren't meant for me. That I was supposed to pass them along or release them back to the universe to find where they're supposed to go. So it's just a matter of, there's one in particular that I have been reflecting on really hard. Greedy and selfish and horrible. And I've been reflecting on those parts of me because I think there's parts like that in everybody. But this vision had those parts of me front and center and running my life and making my decisions in regards to my children. Which in this vision, my children were gifts. was making bad decisions because of the greed and selfishness. That's hard to look at. And okay, there is some. I believe we all have some. But the overwhelming greed and selfishness that I saw in this vision, I don't know for sure if that was mine. That may have been something that I was meant to pass on. So, I've done my reflection. I release it. She also told me how to protect myself and have an understanding as these visions came, if it's mine or if it's not, so that I don't automatically assume it's mine. Let's start figuring it out. She's teaching me how to ask for that information. So, we'll figure it out. Anyway, this is turning into a long video. That's just some of the things I am sorting through and working through and figuring out. I still have to go through the Sundance itself. What happened at the Sundance, the visions, because I know a lot of those visions were meant for me. The realization that I am carrying a lot more. When I walk these journeys with clients, I walk the journey with them. And truthfully, I siphon off some of their pain. And I'm not releasing it fully. So I do need to work on that. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I'm sure we'll have some more videos over the next few days, because I think I've got 2 days of driving to get down there, lots of dancing and fun, and then 2 days of driving to get home. So, talk to you later.